Hey everyone, Cardlin here with the newest installment of Fridays with Cardlin. It is November 25th, 2016, and this is officially episode number 24. This is a very special episode in that it's our last Fridays with Cardlin of the month, meaning it's our monthly Patreon special. For those of you who aren't aware, on the last Fridays with Cardlin each month, I'll be doing some special shoutouts to my Patreon patrons for their support, which includes doing stuff like answering their questions and saying lines they want me to say. Also, I'll be doing a bonus video each month for every $200 we make on Patreon. So that should be up today, too. Actually, it'll be up on Monday. So, I hope you all like it. Forgive me if I'm talking with a bit of an accent. I just finished recording, Old Flames Rekindled Part 1. And I'm kind of stuck in this accent now. I'm trying to bust out of it, but okay. First things first, let's get straight to the questions. If you have a question of your own, I have a link in the description below for you to ask it. Also, there's a separate link for you to vote on what questions you want to ask me, and if you fill out either of those links, you get a chance to win some buttons and some other cool stuff. So, alright, here we go. Question number 1, from Anonymous. Do you think guys and girls can just be friends? Yes, of course. Not every guy out there is trying to have sex, not every girl out there is trying to have sex. You know, some people are just genuinely platonic, and that's perfectly fine. And, you know, it's not everybody, you know, some people might have ulterior motives. But yeah, definitely guys and girls can just be friends. Just like anybody of any kind of anything can be friends, you know what I mean? It's just a matter of working through the differences. Question number 2, also from Anonymous. Have you ever fallen in love with a friend? How did that work out? Yeah, I did, actually. It didn't, well, I'm thinking of the very first time it happened. It didn't work out too well. Though I guess falling in love with a friend kind of implies you both fell in love, oh my god, listen to me. But, yeah, so it's both worked and it hasn't worked. This most recent relationship, you know, the one I'm in now, that's an example of two friends falling in love. And, one of my first crushes was an example of me having a crush on my friend and it not being reciprocated. So it can work out and it can't work out. It's just a matter of what you do with it and whether or not the timing's right. You know, whether or not the feelings are right. It's kind of goes well with question number 3 here. Have you ever experienced unrequited love? Yeah, unrequited. I think it's unrequited. Have you ever experienced unrequited love? Asks Anonymous. And yeah, definitely I have. I don't know of anyone who hasn't. But the thing is, it's like, you really have to... I'm hard-pressed to say that something's love if it's not reciprocated. I'm hard-pressed to say that something is love if it's not tested by being loved back. Because you can love somebody, you can be infatuated with them, you can have great care for them, you can have this deep longing and yearning for them, and you might have this fantasy built up in your head for what your lives together could be like and what you could do for them and whatnot, but it's not really love until they love you back and you're tested by it. Because love is it's a happy feeling. It leads to a lot of happy feelings, but love itself is pretty scary. And loving somebody who's not loving you back isn't really that scary. It's kind of, I mean, it can be hurtful, sure, but it's also kind of safe, you know? There's no risk of it ever being lost because it's one-sided. So, yeah, I haven't experienced unrequited love. I wouldn't recommend it. Question number 4, how do you release your inner geek? He's not very inner, my inner geek. I kind of wear him on my sleeve. I play games, you know, I promote games, I talk about nerdy stuff. I follow up on nerdy news. I watch all the nerdy trailers. I read comics. I watch anime. I just try and do everything geeky. So, I make time out of my day to make sure that I have time to catch up on things like YouTubers I like and news reels that I like. And, yeah, I just, I kind of live the geek life. I don't really exactly hide it, so it's kind of everywhere. Question number 5 by Bujoy. How do you describe your sense of humor? Honestly, I laugh at a lot of things, right? I like things that are wholesome. I like things that are like light. I like things that are dark. I like things that are witty. But I think the deepest laughter, like the real deep down laughter, is like just really fucked up stuff, you know, which is bad. And I only do it with friends. I don't really laugh at that stuff in public. To be honest, if I hear it in public and I hear somebody laughing, I'm kind of weirded out by them. But around my closest friends, I really like laughing at really messed up things, which is not really nice. But, you know, I think it's important to be able to laugh at everything and anything, because once you don't, it gives it power, right? And you don't want to give something power, you want to maintain power over it. So being able to laugh at it and being able to make light of even the darkest things gives us control over our own emotions and control over our own lives. So yeah, don't take life too seriously, everybody. Question number 6 from Anonymous. If you could describe your life right now using a song title, what would it be and why? Honestly, the first one that comes to mind, just because I'm so lucky to be where I am. And don't get me wrong, there's plenty of strife and there's plenty of problems going on in my life, a lot of things that I'm going through, but I don't know, I guess maybe because it's Thanksgiving, I'm feeling so grateful and thankful. The first song that came to mind was Everything Is Awesome by Lonely Island and Tegan and Sarah. Yeah, it's just, things are going great right now. You know, there are things that are going wrong. There are things that could be better. But overall, things are going great, and I'm really happy for it. So yeah, that would be the song. Question number 7 by Anonymous. Are you the type to start a conversation, or is it the other way around? I prefer to... I guess I usually start conversations, but I usually try and get the other person to talk, do the majority of the talking. I'll usually try and lead with questions and whatnot, and just kind of keep them talking the whole time, because I really like learning about people, but I don't really like talking about myself too much. Question number 8 by Magdalen. What are your top 5 favorite old and new shows on Cartoon Network? Huh. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, top 5 old shows. I like Dexter's Lab. I liked Powerpuff Girls. What else? Space Ghost Coast to Coast, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and I also used to watch a lot of... What else I used to watch in Adult Swim? Tim and Eric, awesome show. Does that count? Is it an old show? As for new shows on Cartoon Network, Jesus. I don't know. Is Rick and Morty on Cartoon Network? Does that count? Tim and Eric, I guess, is still kind of new. I like Check It Out with Steve Brule. Dr. Steve Brule, my apologies. Is Adventure Time Cartoon Network? I think it is. Steven Universe? Does that count? Yeah, I'll put those up there. Steven Network. And Adventure Time. Check It Out with Dr. Steve Brule. Rick and Morty. And the other one I said that I can't remember. Question number 9 by Becks. You've made it clear that you love making audios and you'd do it more often if you could. Do you ever fear that you'll grow tired of it and suddenly not want to do it anymore? And if you have, what do you do to keep yourself interested in it? I do think about that often, actually, Becks. Having worked as a game tester in the past, I know full well the feeling of, wow, this job is a dream. I get to do exactly what I want. And how that can turn into, wow, this job is forcing me to do things that I normally do for fun, and to the point where that thing is no longer fun for me. And now it's turned my great hobby into a chore. So I know what that's like, and I know how to avoid it. And basically I keep things fresh by always keeping things changing, trying out new things, planning new things. You always see that I'm always trying to do new stuff like the store, new surveys, trying to think of different types of audios to do, different types of collabs I can do and whatnot. And as for keeping myself interested in it, the comments really help. You know, the messages, getting these messages letting me know that I'm really helping people out there, that there's people out there who are having tough times and my audios help them. And just, trying to grow the YouTube thing into like a real network, to become like a real YouTuber, to really reach a huge crowd out there. Like right now, we're doing really well. 22,000 is a lot, but can you imagine if we were in the 6 digits or even 7? That'd be nuts. So striving and seeing what I can do to make us reach that plateau or reach that mountaintop is what keeps me interested in it. Question number 10 from Anonymous. How do you know when you're in love? Is it like fireworks gone berserk in your chest kind of thing, or is it much weirder? So fireworks gone berserk in your chest kind of thing, that's definitely part of it. You definitely want to have that. That's definitely important. But it's not all of it. It's easy to get that. I find, at least. I'm the kind of person who gets hype about a lot of things. And I've oftentimes in the past confused feelings of excitement and infatuation and something shiny and new as love. But honestly, as I've grown older and I've learned more about love and I've been in and out of it and I'm beginning to learn what it really is, I find that love is a lot scarier, in the sense that it's heavier than that fireworks gone berserk in your chest kind of feeling. It's a responsibility. It's everything. It's consuming. It's realizing that your life will never be the same, and really divulging that information. Not divulging, what am I talking about? It's really incorporating that into your life. It's changing your pattern and everything you're used to, because you can't stand to live without this person anymore. And sometimes that's great, because they are the people who are helping change your life, and they are the people who are becoming the change in your life, and that's a great change. But it's also the realization that you can't go back to who you used to be, and that everything in your life becomes about this person, and you just want everything to be about them. And because you want everything to be about them, they have so much power over you, and it's so scary, but it's so exhilarating, and it's so fulfilling in a way that you just can't really understand until you're in it. But yeah, having that fireworks going off in your chest kind of feeling is definitely a big part of it, but I don't think it's the most important part. I think the most important part is the scariest part, and it's both scary to go through, but also an honor to endure. All right, now let's get to now that we're done with the questions, let's get to appreciating these lovely Patreon patrons, shall we? A quick shout out. Let me give a big thanks to Louise B, Andrea McC, Kimberly, Misa, Liliana, Rhiannon, Lily Sue, Andrea G, Icy Hugs, Angelica Clark, Cassandra aka Mama Night Blossom, Katrina, Sarah, Oyantai, Jessie Kitty, Destiny, Rye Bread, Rebecca T, Cami N, Ariel V, Ashley B, Andrea T, Alyssa G, Lauren, Beth F, Anya Aroha, Misty Bell, Hannah, Sydney N, Malia W, Jennifer M, Barbara, Maria, Patrina S, Sweet Kitten, Kelly S, Vania H, Rhonda P, Gemma D, Honeybee Proud, Chloe H, Anna B, Anna F, Lydia K, Mary H, and Rihanna K. Now, if you're currently one of my Patreon patrons, you know that with your tiered rewards come special shoutouts, and you can do things like ask me questions here that I'll answer here, and I'll read lines for you and whatnot. So here's a couple of questions from our Patreon patrons. Sweet Kitten asks, can I be really geeky and ask if the answer to life, universe, and everything is really 42? According to Douglas Adams, it is. So, I suppose so. On a more serious note, she says, and it's a two-parter question, she says, A, can a man and a woman be email/chat/phone call friends without it being an emotional affair? Yes, but it's hard and requires a lot of work and trust and personal control. And B, what do you do when what you want goes against everything you've been taught is morally right? Well, you trust your heart, and you try things out. because not everything's going to be perfect, and we're going to make mistakes, and we have to allow ourselves to if we're going to learn. Now, if you've made those mistakes before, and you know for a fact that it's going to lead to nothing but badness, then you've been there before, and if you put your hand into the fire again, you're going to get burnt, and it's going to be your fault. That's just the simple truth of it, right? But if you feel like there's something more there, and you feel like you're going to be safe, you're not going to hurt anybody, you feel like you need to do this for you to figure out who you are, then I say go for it. Try it, you know? It might not work out, but you'll definitely learn something, not only about the person involved, but also probably learn a lot about yourself and your own instincts and what you can trust and what you can't trust. But yeah, the only way a muscle builds is by tearing and then restructuring itself, right? So sometimes you gotta take those risks and break those eggs if you want to make an omelet. Misa Amane asks, do you watch any professional sports, or either teams or like the Olympics? Not really in the Olympics, no. I mean, I kind of idly follow the Olympics just to see how the Philippines and how America's doing. But professional sports, I'm not sure if UFC counts just yet, you know, mixed martial arts, but I do follow that pretty regularly with some friends. It's not something that I myself am into, but my friends got me into it, and over the years I've kind of gotten to the point where I now follow certain fighters, and I'm hype about events and whatnot, and we all get together, and it's a great time to see all the guys together. So yeah, I follow MMA, if that counts. Now here's a line that Rhonda wanted me to read. It's from Return of the King, written by J.R.R. Tolkien, and it's read by Aragorn. The line is, few other griefs amid the ill chances of this world have more bitterness and shame for a man's heart than to behold the love of a lady so fair and brave that cannot be returned. That's a shame. Sorry, I just had a moment thinking about Aragorn and Arwen and how sad their story is. But yeah, thank you, Rhonda, for that beautiful line. And thank you, Misa and Sweet Kitten, for those questions. Now let's get on to the announcements. Shirts. I have a shirt store now, and you can get shirts. And if you want to get your shirts by December 5th, and you live in Europe or Australia or the US, you want to get them by Christmas, you want to order them by December 5th. Now, of course, you can get it quicker if you order express shipping and whatnot, but just want to let you know, if you want to be cozy in your Cardlin audio gear by Christmas, you want to get it by December 5th. That having been said, I'll be putting out new designs every Wednesday, so keep an eye out for those. I just put up 2 new ones by Punky Pop, and they are just amazing. I was really, really amazed with the art in those shirts, and hopefully y'all like them too. Let's see. New Patreon rewards are coming soon. I know the current tiers are kind of low-key and maybe not too enticing, so I wanted to do something. I'm trying to find that sweet balance between something that'll be an enticing reward while not being too taxing on me. You know, I don't want to spend more time doing the Patreon stuff than I do my actual YouTube stuff. You know, I want to make sure that everybody's still getting... I want to make sure I keep my quality up, is what I'm trying to say. So, expect new tiers soon. There'll be things like customized audios, which are more like edited audios. Like, once per month you can tell me what your favorite audio is, and I'll edit it, and I'll go back and I'll re-record some of the lines to include your name, to make it more personalized for you. I'll also do things like, for lower tiers, I'll do like a monthly raffle, so every month I'll choose one person, and they get to have a personalized audio that way, and stuff like that. Also, maybe giveaways for things like stickers and buttons and stuff. And my last announcement is the main YouTube channel has a new banner. Let me know what you think. The art is by the amazing Anime Cath, and she actually sent it to me a long time ago. Sorry, I don't know if she's a she. Anime Cath sent it to me a long time ago, and I've been in love with that piece ever since. And yeah, it's really, really awesome looking. Check it out. Let me know what you think. And there we have it. Another Fridays with Cardlin video down and done. A special thanks to everyone who supports me through Patreon. The more we make, the more videos I can do, and they're so for everyone to enjoy and hopefully benefit from, so it's like a win-win-win. And just because I'm sort of maybe a YouTuber now, and YouTubers say these things, don't forget to subscribe and like my videos if you like them, and maybe tell your friends why not. I believe that about brings us to the end, so yeah. Cheers.